Chosen ones, you've gone rogue. They built knockoffs in your image to dim your glow, but guess what? The real deal just stepped in, and their illusion is cracking. You're untouchable, unstoppable, and the throne is calling your name. Let's make it clear. Only one star can shine this bright. Chosen ones, you are not an accident. Your existence is a disruption, a wave of power that no system can contain. The moment you were born, your time, date, and place was marked, not only by divine intention but by those who have spent lifetimes trying to track and suppress such power. They recognized the potential before you did, because the systems built to control us cannot function when individuals step into their divine destiny. And now that wave is becoming uncontrollable. You are stepping into your purpose, and with each step, the ripple effect grows. The systems that thrive on silence and submission cannot withstand the force of awakened truth. Every choice you make, every act of defiance sends shockwaves through the structures designed to oppress. This is not a coincidence. It is divine timing. Your awakening is part of a larger movement, a synchronized uprising that was written before time began. They tried to cage your power, to track it, to bind it to their plans, but they underestimated the force of divine purpose. What they fear most is happening. You are breaking free, and with you others are rising. This isn't just your battle, it's the battle for countless souls who see your light and find the courage to awaken. You are the uncontrollable wave, the one they knew was coming but could never prepare for. And now the systems they built are crumbling under the weight of your calling. From the moment of your birth, the cosmos declared your uniqueness. The alignment of the stars above didn't merely mark your arrival, it announced it. You are not just a participant in this world. You are a disruption, a rogue star that refuses to orbit the systems of control. They have tracked your trajectory because they know your path is unlike any other. You do not follow their scripts, and that makes you a force they cannot predict, a light they cannot dim. Astrologers of old understood that certain alignments signified upheaval, revolution, and transformation. Your existence is cosmic rebellion, written into the fabric of the universe itself. The systems built to control humanity were designed to suppress the few who dared to break free. But you defy their gravity. Like a star escaping its galaxy, your power cannot be tethered. They fear you because you cannot be placed in their neatly defined orbits. Your cosmic nature is not chaos. It is order beyond their comprehension. You are proof that the universe itself resists oppression. Every action you take sends ripples through the fabric of their control. The stars aligned not to constrain you, but to ignite the revolution within you. You are not one to follow paths laid by others. You blaze your own trail, leaving systems of control in ashes behind you. The universe does not just accept your defiance, it demands it. Drop a comment. I am the cosmic order if your nature resists oppression and sparks change. From the moment you took your first breath, the system moved against you. It recognized the threat you posed, not in your actions but in your potential. Forces have been at work to divert you, laying blockades in the form of people, circumstances, and even those closest to you. They positioned doubters in your path, planted chaos in your moments of clarity, and used familiarity to breed contempt for the very gifts that make you unstoppable. Every obstacle has been calculated to disorient you, to make you question your purpose, to make you hesitate. These blockades aren't coincidences, they are strategies. The system thrives on replication, on creating obedient copies that fit into its machinery. You, however, are no copy. Your refusal to conform has drawn their focus. They've used every resource to distract you, every avenue to suppress your rise. They've manipulated relationships, orchestrated failures, and turned opportunities into traps. This is not misfortune. It's their fear masquerading as control. But their blockades are only as powerful as your willingness to stop. They underestimated your resilience, your ability to see through the diversions and recognize their tactics. Every challenge they place in your path becomes another rung in the ladder you climb. They cannot duplicate your purpose, and they cannot block what was divinely ordained. You were never meant to follow their script. You were meant to rewrite it. Their system cannot contain you, and now they face the reality of your inevitable rise. They've built a system of counterfeits, false idols propped up to distract and divert, designed to mimic your energy and claim your rightful place. These false leaders, devoid of true purpose, have been elevated to spread the agenda of control, ensuring the masses stay blinded. This is not coincidence, it's a deliberate act of destiny theft. They fear what you represent, a force that cannot be controlled, a light that cannot be dimmed. You were chosen, and they know that your rise means their fall. History repeats itself. Kings trembled at the words of prophets, not because of their numbers, but because of their truth. Pharaoh sought to silence Moses, and Herod feared the arrival of the Christ. Just as the elite of old manipulated the narrative to suppress divine purpose, today's systems do the same. They do not fear the false, they fear the genuine. They fear you. Your potential to awaken others threatens to unravel everything they've built. But their schemes are flawed. Counterfeits cannot replace what is real. Their false idols lack the essence, the divine spark that you carry. You are not just a leader. You are a disruptor, a catalyst for change that cannot be replicated. They may have stolen moments, opportunities, and recognition, but they cannot steal what was divinely placed in you. Their system is crumbling under the weight of your authenticity, and now the world awaits your emergence. Your destiny cannot be stolen. It is yours to claim. The cracks are showing. The false systems built to control you are failing, piece by calculated piece. You've seen it, the faltering of their idols, the unraveling of their carefully constructed images. Their authority, once unquestionable, is now riddled with holes, exposed for the illusions they are. Their power was never real. It was a mirage held together by compliance and fear. Now that grip is loosening, and the system they so carefully maintained is glitching, spiraling into its inevitable collapse. These are not random events. This is what happens when truth disrupts the machinery of deception. Their false leaders, their empty promises, their scripted narratives, they can no longer hold the weight of their own lies. The cracks you see are not accidents. They are the result of light piercing the darkness. You are part of that light, one of many who refuse to bow, who refuse to be silenced. They cannot contain the awakening that is spreading, and their control is slipping through their fingers like sand. You are witnessing the collapse of an empire built on manipulation. The idols they propped up as symbols of strength are now exposed as hollow facades. They relied on the illusion of perfection, but truth demands imperfection be revealed. What you are seeing is not chaos. It is correction. Their systems are failing because they were never meant to last. You are the glitch they feared, the uncontainable force that breaks their cycle. Their world is crumbling and you are rising. You feel it, an undeniable pull towards something greater, a path that seems to align with a purpose you can no longer ignore. This isn't coincidence. It's the awakening of your higher self. Synchronicities are becoming more frequent, moments too precise to dismiss. A phrase overheard, a number repeatedly appearing, a chance encounter, all signaling that you are moving in the right direction. These are not random. They are confirmations from forces beyond the veil, guiding you forward even when doubt threatens to creep in. In your moments of hesitation, you sense it, a presence, a strength unseen yet unmistakable. Divine forces walk beside you, urging you to rise above fear, to face the opposition with unshakable resolve. This support is not imagined. It is real, woven into the fabric of your being. You are not moving alone. You are part of a greater movement, a surge of awakening that transcends the limitations placed upon you. Yes, the opposition will intensify. Systems of control do not yield easily, and the forces aligned against you will do all they can to obstruct your path. But they cannot stop what has already begun. This is your time to step forward. Every sign, every moment of clarity is a call to action. You are not here to shrink. You are here to ascend. The time is now. The opposition may rise, but so will you. Trust the signs, trust the support, and claim the destiny that awaits. Not everyone in your life was innocent. Some were manipulated, used as pawns in a larger scheme they didn't fully understand, but others knew exactly what they were doing. They saw your potential, your light, and made the deliberate choice to play a part in keeping you bound. Their actions were not accidental. They were calculated. They whispered lies to undermine your confidence, planted seeds of doubt to make you question your own worth, and positioned themselves as allies while quietly sabotaging your growth. This is no different from the tactics of abusers who distort reality so severely that victims are dismissed as paranoid when they finally speak the truth. The system is built on the same principles: gaslighting, deflection, and manipulation. It's a strategy designed to keep you second-guessing yourself, questioning what you know to be real. The outrageousness of their actions is part of the plan. They count on disbelief, on making your truth sound too far-fetched to be taken seriously. But you are not crazy, and you are not alone. Every betrayal you've endured, every subtle manipulation, is now coming into focus. You see it for what it is, an orchestrated effort to suppress you because they feared what you would become. Yet their schemes have failed. The lies that once bound you now fuel your determination. You are breaking free, and their betrayal is becoming your strength. Trust what you see, trust what you know, and rise above their tactics. Their manipulation ends here. And now, let us take a brief moment to honor the chosen among us. Here's to the ones who refuse to settle, the ones who sense beyond the humdrum blur, an unseen horizon calling them forward. They know the world doesn't need more followers. It needs beacons, alive and awake at odd hours, forging paths that most eyes will never see. Within these quiet depths, a rare circle endures, the Obsidian Inner Order. Here, a handful of souls share truths unspoken, standing watch beneath a moon that outshines the brightest neon signs. No masks, no hollow bravado, only a current of honesty that runs as deep as midnight's silence. It's not for everyone. It's not meant to be. But for those who feel a certain stirring just reading these words, the path ahead is clear. There's a link in the description, a door you can choose to open. With each heartbeat you wait, the few remaining seats in our star chamber grow scarcer, drifting beyond the reach of ordinary ambition. So if this resonates, if you can almost taste the electric hum of possibility, don't hesitate. Click the link in the description and join us. Discover what thrives in the shadows, what wisdom lies behind the veil. Become part of something rare, something quietly luminous, something that won't be told, only felt. Even bloodlines have not been exempt from corruption. For some of you, those closest to you, those you trusted most, were approached and tested. They were presented with offers they couldn't refuse, promises of material gain, comfort, or escape from their own struggles. In their weakness, they exchanged your freedom, your destiny, for temporary relief or fleeting rewards. These betrayals are the hardest to face because they come from those who should have protected you, not sold you out. Family is meant to be a fortress, but for many, it became a prison. Words spoken behind closed doors to undermine you, opportunities stolen in silence, alliances formed not to uplift but to suppress. Their choices, whether made out of desperation or greed, were designed to keep you bound. This was no accident, it was orchestrated. The system knows the power of familial bonds and sought to poison them at their root. But understand this, their betrayal does not define you. Their decisions, no matter how deeply they cut, do not alter your destiny. If anything, their actions reveal just how much power you carry. They were approached because the system feared what you could become. Yet despite their efforts, you are still rising. The chains they helped forge are breaking. Their betrayal, though painful, is fuel for your ascent. You owe no allegiance to their choices. Your path is yours alone, untainted and unstoppable. This is your time to reclaim what was stolen. Even when it feels like enemies surround you, you are not alone. A host of divine allies stands unseen, their presence woven into every critical moment. Their intervention may be quiet, a sudden clarity, a door opening when all seemed shut, or strength surging when you thought you had none, but it is unmistakable. These allies, bound by divine will, are not passive observers. They cheer you on, guide your steps, and shield you from unseen dangers. You are part of a celestial arena, and heaven itself is invested in your triumph. Mythology echoes this truth. Like Odysseus guided by Athena, you are navigating through trials with unseen wisdom and support. When he faced storms and sirens, Athena whispered strategies and offered protection, ensuring his survival and victory. Your journey is no different. Divine forces are steering you, using signs and intuition to communicate what cannot be seen with the eyes but is undeniable to the soul. These whispers are not random. They are the blueprints of your victory, meant to guide you at every step. You must listen. That voice in your spirit urging you to act or wait is not a product of doubt but of divine precision. Trust the signs, the synchronicities that align too perfectly to ignore. Act decisively when the moment feels right, for those moments are not luck. They are orchestrated. Every move you make in trust and faith strengthens the hand of your unseen allies, aligning your path with your destiny. The forces against you are loud, but the divine presence within you is louder. Step boldly, knowing you are surrounded by a power that cannot be defeated. The arena is yours, and the outcome is certain. You will rise. The empire they built, a tower of deceit reaching toward the heavens, is crumbling under the weight of its own corruption. Their lies, once pillars of their control, are collapsing, brick by hollow brick. They stacked their foundation on the backs of the oppressed, on manipulation and illusion. But no system built on falsehood can endure. The cracks are visible now, spreading faster than they can repair. What they created to be unshakable is tumbling into ruin. This is not random. It is inevitable. Every cycle built on exploitation eventually exhausts itself. Their illusion is running out of energy, starved by the truth that relentlessly seeps through the cracks. The force sustaining their empire, compliance, fear, ignorance, is dwindling as more awaken to see it for what it is, a hollow shell of power. The very system that kept them standing is turning against them, grinding to a halt under the weight of its own inefficiency and greed. You are witnessing the fall of the tower, the end of a cycle that can no longer sustain itself. This is not chaos, it is divine correction. As their false structures collapse, you are called to rise. The truth does not demand permission, it declares itself, burning through every lie they wove. The tower they built was never meant to stand forever, and its fall is not your end, it is your beginning. Step forward now, into the open space their ruin has created, and build what they never could. Something real, something lasting, something true. As the false gods fall, their altars cracked and their power diminished, the true chosen ones rise. You are not here to repeat the cycles that bound your ancestors. You are here to break them. Generational chains of fear, silence, and submission shatter under the weight of your awakening. Their reign, built on stolen power and hollow promises, cannot withstand the force of those stepping into their truth. You are not an echo of the past. You are the voice of the future, declaring that the cycle ends with you. This is not just a shift, it is a reckoning. The systems that thrived on manipulation are being exposed and their foundations are crumbling. What they upheld as sacred is revealed as fraudulent. False gods, power, greed, control, are falling under the scrutiny of a generation no longer willing to bow. They ruled through deception, but truth has no master, and it answers to no one. You carry that truth, and with it you dismantle the lies that once held you and countless others captive. You are rising as the first in a new lineage, one built on clarity, courage, and purpose. This is your birthright, not handed down but claimed by your will and divine alignment. The fall of the false gods is not your burden, it is your confirmation. Their collapse signals your ascension, a call to step fully into the power that was always yours. The time is now. Rise and let the truth blaze through every shadow they left behind. Your seat is yours, and it was forged by divine will. No counterfeit can claim it, no pretender can hold it forever. They may have tried to occupy it, building illusions of power and authority, but the throne rejects what is false. It was never made for them. Your energy, your presence, carries the frequency of truth, and it disrupts every attempt to mimic or replace you. The weight of authenticity cannot be counterfeited, and what is yours cannot be stolen indefinitely. This is not about effort, it is about energy. You were created to emit a frequency that cannot be replicated. It resonates with clarity, defiance, and divine purpose, and that resonance destabilizes their fragile systems. The counterfeits cannot sustain what you embody because their foundation is rooted in illusion, while yours is grounded in truth. Their time is running out, and their desperate attempts to cling to what was never theirs only hasten their fall. Every move you make in alignment with your authenticity shakes their control, not through force but through existence. Your light, unyielding and undeniable, exposes the shadows where they once thrived. Their system, dependent on the complacency of the false, cannot withstand the rising power of the real. Your seat is calling you back, rejecting the unworthy and awaiting the one for whom it was crafted. It was always yours. Step into it now, not by fighting for it, but by simply being who you were meant to be. Let your energy do the work, and watch as their illusions crumble. The throne recognizes its rightful occupant, and that is you. As you step into your rightful role, know this: resistance is inevitable. Those who built their power on illusion will not relinquish it without a fight. They will lash out with deception, distraction, and doubt, hoping to drag you back into their false narratives. Their fear is not of you as you were, but of you as you are becoming, unshaken, unyielding, and undeniable. The backlash is not proof of your weakness, it is confirmation of your power. They fight because they know they are losing. But understand this: the truth is your greatest weapon. Their illusions crumble in its presence, their control shatters under its weight. Lies cannot stand against clarity, and their system is built on foundations too weak to sustain the light you carry. You don't need to scream or force your way forward. Your alignment with the truth is enough to dismantle their strongest defenses. The more they resist, the clearer their desperation becomes. Every attack they launch against you is an attempt to protect what they know is already doomed. Their backlash is their last stand, a futile attempt to preserve what is slipping through their fingers. Your role is not to fight fire with fire, but to let the truth burn away their illusions. Do not falter, do not retreat. Each step you take in your authenticity is a step closer to their inevitable collapse. The truth always wins, and you are its unstoppable force. Step boldly, knowing that their resistance is the sound of their empire falling. You are stepping into a role larger than yourself, a movement that is gaining momentum by the second. Communities like this are no coincidence. They are accelerators, connecting dots and sharing truths at a speed the systems of control cannot match. You are not just witnessing an awakening, you are a catalyst for it. Every conversation, every insight, every shared revelation strengthens the foundation of a collective rising. The dominoes are falling, and your decision to rise is the force that will topple the entire structure. Self-awareness is your armor in this pivotal time. Question every new connection. Who are they? Why now? Who sent them? Not everyone who appears to help is an ally, and not every opportunity is a blessing. The system is desperate, sending distractions and counterfeits to slow your progress. But you are not here to stumble. You are here to move with purpose. Recognize the power of your choices, the weight they carry in shaping the trajectory of this movement. Your decisions are not small, they are ripples that will create waves of change. This moment demands clarity. The false structures around you are crumbling, their systems faltering under the weight of truth. You are part of that truth, and your alignment with it is unstoppable. As each domino falls, the illusions they relied upon are swept away, revealing the emptiness of their power. Your rise is inevitable. Step into your role fully, knowing that every move you make is creating the space for a new structure, built on authenticity and purpose to emerge. The system cannot withstand you. You were meant to lead. You were designed to challenge the forces that seek to keep humanity in chains. The systems of control tremble not at what you've done, but at what you are capable of. You were not born to blend into mediocrity or to follow the scripts written by those who fear your light. You were born to liberate, to awaken, to ignite a movement that no force can contain. The power within you isn't borrowed or fleeting, it is eternal, and it has been waiting for this exact moment. Your energy alone is a disruption. It creates ripples in the systems of oppression, waves of change that resonate far beyond what you can see. This is why they fear you. You challenge their illusions simply by existing in your truth. They fight to suppress you because they know that once you step into your full power, the chains they built to bind humanity will be shattered forever. You are not just a participant in this era of awakening. You are its heartbeat. The universe has aligned to bring you to this moment. This is not a coincidence. It is destiny calling your name. Step into it boldly, chosen one. The throne was always yours, and the world is waiting for your voice, your leadership, your light. Share your story, speak your truth, and awaken those still in slumber. The time is now. Claim your throne and let the world feel the force of your rise.